everybody, welcome back to Adventurous Bomb, man. Welcome back to another episode. I know it's been a while since I posted something, but I went ahead and pulled the trigger on another car. It was delivered last night. These cars are very popular. This is my 13th of this car that I've had over the last 30 years. It's one of the first cars I had when I was 16, 17 years old. But this one here is a survivor. It's been sitting. It's been gone over a few times, but it's a complete car. It's not missing anything. Let's just don't say nothing. Let's just look. Oof. Yeah. It's an actual Z28. Do a quick walk around it. Yeah, she's been sitting a while. Poor man's Corvette. Did not really care for louvers back then either. Man, looks like she was a smoker. Now I'd rather have the regular IROC or Z28 rims. We'll be definitely looking for those. But the body is pretty straight. I don't see any major dents. And there's a little dent right there. But yeah, she's dirty. She's been sitting for some time. Real cool cat that I got it off of. You know, he was straight up with me. You know, I only paid 1,500 bucks for this car. It was running. Supposedly the engine was rebuilt by somebody, and let's just say no, it's not good. But yeah, all the clear coat came off. It's not in the best shape. Now the front end is typical. You have that. Looks like we're missing the grill. We're missing one of the louvers for the hood. We could pick that up off of eBay as well. Let's check out the inside. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's going to do a great job. But see, I'm a fan of the hardtop. I'm not a big fan of the T-tops. I just don't, yeah, I never cared for T-tops. I had a few with T-tops, but I prefer the hardtop Z28s. First off, door cars look great. Seals are a little dry rotted, but there's not a bunch of rot on it, which is nice. Yeah. Yeah, smells like 1986. Yeah, you smell that GM. Oh, a little rough, but it's all right. We got a little trees, black ice. That'll help. Man, what happened to that headliner? Is that a pissed off cat? Maybe the guy drove with the fear. You gotta drive with the fear. A little cougar. Anywho, yeah, we could take that down. We can redo that. Interior is complete. Everything is here, you know. Seats are still here, not all ripped up. Oh yeah, that cat was really mad. First glance, yeah, that dashboard's looks like Betty White's skin. It's pretty rough. Man, looks like it got some new boom booms in there though. And we got a cool little tuner, nice little radio. That's always a bonus. We got ourselves a fuel pump, external fuel pump. Someone put a carburetor on it. Got a coffee can full of wires. But all in all, it's all here. Got tilt steering. I think this switch might be for the nitrous. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, 1986 Z28. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to restore this. I think I'm just going to clean it up, give it a nice bath, and see what we have from there and come up with a game plan. But let's continue. I was going to check out. Well, the mileage don't matter because it's definitely not the original engine. Like I said, somebody rebuilt the 350 that's in it. All right, we ended up getting the car in the garage. Now it does move on its own power. The engine is a little whooped. It's got some issues. Now I think 86 was the last year they had the carburetor carbureted engine on these. I think they switched over in 87 to fuel injected. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I prefer the carburetor. I didn't like the tune port myself personally. They're a pain in the ass to work on. But yeah, it's back here in the garage now. Get a better look at it. Yeah, it needs some work. Now, first glance, body is it's all there. It's not rotted. There's no rust. The quarter panels look great. There's no rust along that. They feel really good, nice and solid. Like I said, doors are clean. Both fenders, nice and clean. Again, but the hood, all the clear coat came off. It looks like it's been repainted at least once. This is all surface. This is all clear coat stripping off. This will all come off. This can sand down all of a sudden. Oh boy. Oh boy, we got a crack in the windshield. That ain't good. And of course the roof, same thing. Sun fade, dried out all the clear coat, sitting outside. But that's how it'll come off. And like I said, the louver, I'm not a fan of the louver. That is going to be coming off. Let's go ahead and check out the back and see if there's anything in this thing. I already know it opens. All right, I went ahead and got this unlocked. Don't look like there's anything in there. Nothing at all. Let's check the other side. No spare tire, but no rot as well. Quarter panels look really clean. They haven't been reworked. They look really nice. Nice and solid on the quarter panels. Now, it's typical for these cars to rot out right here on these frame rails. Nice and clean trailing arms. Looks like we got ourselves a new exhaust system. All the way from the front to the back. And what is that? A coat hanger. You gotta have a coat hanger, man. It's not right until you have a coat hanger. But the floorboards are nice and clean. Nice and solid. What else we got here? Yeah, we got a busted part right here on the ground effects. Now the cool thing about this is you can get this replaced off of eBay. I think I saw them on there for like 110 bucks. So this whole piece can be replaced. Let's go check out the other side. But man, she is dirty. She's been sitting a while. And I really like those taillights back then. I really like that style taillight. Let's check out this side. Same thing. Beautiful floorboards. Beautiful. Ooh, what's that? Electric fuel pump. Okay. All right. I don't know why you have to have that. You can, but you don't need it. They need to do a better job hanging up the exhaust, but it is all brand new. Looks to be. But again, trailing arms are nice and clean. Floorboards are nice and clean. What do we got here? That looks like a header collector. We got headers. No dust shield. Typical. Oil pan looks like it's been repainted. But like I said, I was told that this engine was rebuilt. And the guy who rebuilt it wasn't really the best. But all in all, first glance, as far as body goes, body is savable. You got some time on some sanding, some prepping. I think a nice paint job is all it needs. But again, the interior is all complete, except for the dash. We can go ahead and replace the dash. We can repair the steering wheel, replace parts for that. I do think these seats will clean up, you know, seat cover, stuff like that. Like I said, we're not restoring this car. We're not restoring it. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna take these sail panels off, the speaker covers over here. We're gonna cover those. The same thing with the headliner. It's like, man, it looks like a cat was in here just scratching away. Oof. Looks like something out of a horror film. Yeah, but we can pull this down. We can resheet that, recover that. I can put that back up. But again, it's all here. It's not missing anything. The door panels are in gorgeous shape. Center console is great. You know, you got one little crack here which can be repaired. But it's all here, guys. It's all original. Like I said, the dash, we can take care of that. Door seals here look good. Now, I do see remnants of paint on this seal. So this thing was repainted at one time. I'm sure it was. Well, let's go ahead and pop this hood and see what we got. Yeah, I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but it has a 350 in it. I did check the number on the block. It is a 01479 and up. Not sure exactly the exact year, but I know it's 350. But I think it's time I just get this thing outside and we clean it up. I mean, we got a lot of dirt, a lot of debris, a lot of pine needles. I mean, we need to get this thing cleaned up to see what we're actually dealing with. You know, get this louver off of here, get it out of here, clean up that back lot. Let's give it a good bath. Let's give it a good bath, and then we'll go from there and see what we're going to do with this thing.
How to get this real louver off. That's not connected. This one's connected. Oh, they're all busted off. Look at that. Oh boy. Anybody want a louver? It'll be free. All these do is collect dirt, debris, pine needles, dirt.
definitely cleaned up a lot better than I thought it would. Man, I bet that was a pretty car back in its day. Actually, when this paint job was new. Okay, you can see all the fade, all the chipping. Yeah. But I think it'd be safe, guys. We're gonna go ahead and let this dry up a little bit. Man, that front end is messed up bad. Whew. Man. But, like I said, all in all, it does clean up pretty good. We got a foundation to work with now. Now we're not gonna be all full of pine needles and who knows what else. So let's get this back in the garage and get back to work. Start tearing this thing apart. All right, guys, we're back on this Camaro. We're all over the place. I know you've seen me wash it and go over a few things with it, but it's an 86 Z28 that it's in great shape. The floorboards are beautiful. The interior is all complete. This car is worth saving. I picked it up on the cheap, real cheap on Facebook Marketplace. Like I said, the car is definitely worth saving. The issue we're having is the guy I got it off of kind of didn't tell me exactly what's wrong with it other than they couldn't get it running. Or they had it running. It was rebuilt and it has never ran right. I've already checked compression. I've already checked for spark. I put a new distributor in it. Put it up top dead center many times. Now the only thing is, the only way this thing will run is if it's fully advanced, and even then it's backfiring through the carb. Now the first thing you would say, well, the camshaft is no good. Well, I went ahead and I took my camera through each cylinder. The walls look great, the cylinders look great. There's no indication of water or anything like that. So the pistons are great. 150 on the compression. I stuck the camera down inside, checked out the cam. The cam looks great. It's got a brand new timing chain in it. Pulled one of the lifters out. There's no wear and tear on any of the lifters. Everything inside this engine looks brand new. I'm getting some kind of pre-ignition. I'm not sure what it is. But I'm starting to think that this cam may have been degreed, and when they put the distributor in, they may have it off a tooth or two, because when I set it top dead center and I bark it off, it runs, but like I said, it will not start unless it's fully advanced. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull the front half of this engine off. We're going to pull this water pump off, time chain cover, and we're going to see what this, we're going to line up the, bring up number one back up, and we're going to see where these gears line up. So let's get started. Again, thanks for being here, guys. I know this video is all over the place. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all my new subscribers. And if you make it to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate you guys. You know, let's get in here and start taking this thing apart. Now, I've already gone ahead and disconnected the AC. Now, there was AC in this car. It's not hooked up. Everything was already loose. So this is what we're working on right here. This is a 350. It is a 014 block. I see a lot of rust on the inside of the intake, but I saw no rust and no water inside the cylinders. So I'm not sure what is going on, but everything internally that I've looked at with my camera, everything looks good. So theoretically, this thing should bark off right away, but it's not. When it fires up, it sounds like it's like a Brake and Stratton lawnmower. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna pull the rest of the AC out, we're gonna pull this radiator out, we're gonna pull the front half off, get this timing chain cover off, and see where, and bring up top dead center and see where these marks land. I'm really hoping it was degreed. I'm really hoping it's just off a tooth, or maybe the guy didn't know what he was doing. You run into that. A lot of people will build engines and know, you know, say they do this and do that, but I went ahead and already ordered a cam for this thing, thinking it might be a cam, but there's too many new parts. This thing is too clean inside, it's too fresh inside to make me believe that the cam is whooped. It's a possibility. If any of you ran into this problem where you had a rebuild engine and it ran great and everything's brand new and it just had pre-ignition and it just backfired through the carb no matter where you put the distributor, you know, let a guy know. Let me know something in the comments. Well, we're going ahead and start taking this apart. Now, I've already gone ahead and loosened a lot of this stuff up, save some filming time. Now, the AC was not charged, it wasn't working, but everything is here for the air conditioning. So we're just going to take this off. Put it off to the side. And nice uses of a wire right there. Now, the inside of this radiator, as you can see, is full of rust. Now, I didn't see any rust or anything inside the engine as far as the cylinders go, and there's no rust inside the heads. So we're in kind of a conundrum here. Go ahead and disconnect these. Now, I've already gone ahead and drained the radiator out. There wasn't much in it, but we're gonna go ahead and disconnect these tranny lines. Now, I do know this car does have a 2-speed power glide, which is a really awesome transmission. If any of you guys know what 2-speed power glides are, great for performance engines, hot rods, race cars. Not the most street friendly, but I also know it's got a small torque converter in it. Looks like a 25 or 3000 stall. So somebody at one point did put a lot of work into this engine, a lot of good parts. Am I gonna be able to get down there? Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and cut that off. Gotta find something sharp. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm really hoping that that's all this is. That is just bad timing. Yeah, that hose is shot. You're replacing that as well. Let's get to this other tranny line down here. Everything is so loose. I do have a pan down below to catch any tranny fluid. I could run a hose between the two to catch it, but I'm really hoping that I discover that it's a timing issue. That way I can put my focus and money towards the rest of the car. But in the event, a lot of you know me, and a lot of you know that I rebuild engines. But this is a situation I've come across that I've never seen before. All right, we're gonna pull this out of here. Yeah, look at that. Look at all them cobwebs on there. Yeah, it's amazing this thing even cooled. Also makes you wonder if this thing overheated at one time. I mean, it could have a cracked head gasket, but like I said, I scoped every cylinder. I did a compression test on each cylinder, and they're each pushing out 150, which is awesome compression. I saw no indication of water or rust in the cylinder, so I'm kind of not thinking that's what it is. But we're gonna go ahead and take the rest of this off. Now I've already had it gone and loosened up the crank bolt. Got 9/16 there. Now, a few of my subscribers know me really well, and I've had probably a dozen of these cars, and I pretty much know them like the back of my hand, but I'm really hoping, yes, I disconnected the battery already, in case you're all wondering. Take this and just set this off to the side, like so. You don't need that. This belt off. Now we can leave most of these brackets on here. This was not even connected to the intake, so that can sit there too. What else do we got? Pop that pulley off. Man. Stuff's been on here a while. Get my extension. Yikes. That's not even in there. What do we got here? That looks like a 5/8. It's not a 5/8. The power steering pump will off, so I'll just set off to the side. Like I said, we just want to get access to the timing chain. Yeah, this has got new motor mounts on it. It's got a brand new Flowmaster exhaust on it. You know, just to give you an idea, that's one of the spark plugs I pulled out of it. She's running very rich, but then again, they don't look bad. Now, I don't like using NGKs personally. I like using the AC Delco 45 TSs. All the small blocks run great on those. You can set the gap to 35 or 45, whatever your application is for your 350. It's just an all-around good plug for these engines. There she goes. Now we have another one here. I don't know how they got that in there, but they did. That's the power steering belt or pump bolt. Whoops, bent that out. Don't know how they got that even in there, but they did. And it's not gonna come off, is it? How did they get that in there? I have no idea how they even got this bolt in there. Can you see it in there? Wedged in there? Man, guys, when you start building engines, pay attention, you know? You don't have to rush stuff and build stuff all whacked out like that. There you go, there it is. Wasn't even tightened up. That's the water pump. No, it's not just a bracket, okay. Take the pump, get it out of the way. Just like that. Wow, nothing's even tight. I am discouraged though because everything I have taken off so far is not even tightened down. Ow. What in the hell is going on? what that is. But we need some persuasion. Sure don't feel like a 9/16. There it goes. Yikes, that one's tight. Should be some water in that one, yep. Now I also know this car sat for, I don't know why, but the number 7 sticks in my head, that it sat outside or sat in someone's yard for 7 years once they realized they couldn't get it running or they had an issue with it. Now luckily down here in the south, it doesn't get too cold to where the water would have cracked the block. It'd been nice if they'd released any water that was in the block, okay, because it does get down in the 30s and the 20s down here every once in a while, but luckily we don't have a cracked block. At least from what I can see already. Yikes. Yeah, this one don't want to come out. Yep, change my battery. Good. Yeah, I need to get a stronger impact for this. Alright, looks like we're doing this one by hand. Now I have impacts, air impacts, but I prefer not to use them. Oh yeah, that one's in there good. Almost like it was cross-threaded. Yeah, looks good, right? Yeah, we got a lot of rust in there, guys. Pump feels good. Yeah. A lot of rusty water in there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull this pulley off. And we're going to go ahead and put this at top dead center with the #1 plug. That way we know when we pull this cover off that those 2 dots on a Chevy should meet at the bottom, right in the middle of each other. That's your crank bolt. And the other ones are your pulley bolts. There should be 3 or 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. I only feel 3. Normally there's 4. And those 2 are loose. Not very tight. Man, it's hard on the guy's back. 3 on this one. Not very often do I come against something that I don't get or understand when it comes to these small blocks, but this one has me curious. It acts like a blown head gasket. It acts like its timing's out. It's backfiring through the carb, even as highest advancement. Doesn't want to run. That's okay. All right, now in theory, top dead center, this mark should be right here, or anywhere within the parameters of right here. It should be set at 0 once the number 1 cylinder is up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this first plug out. Yikes. This is why I don't like headers, man. They look cool, they sound cool, but you could never get your tools in there. Got our puller here for Humlock bouncer. We're going to use that. Make sure these are the right ones. This is one of those times where I kind of wish I had a lift. Oh, you seem like you're bent. Why are you bent? It's all right, as long as you go in. Yeah, you are a little bent, but you know what? That's okay. I think that's a 3/4. It is. Okay. Where did my pry bar go? There it is. gonna turn this up a little bit. And number 1 is up. Now was compression or decompression, I'm not sure, but number 1 is all the way up. Right there. That's right at number, top dead center. So we know the crank is aligned with the top sprocket of the cam because number 1 is up. Now we're going to check and see where our rotor bug is on our distributor cap. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that, number 1, or the rotor bug is pointing to number 1 on the cap. Okay, so with all indications, this thing should fire off. Now, if I go to start it right now and it backfires and that just tells me it's 180 out, you simply just pull the distributor out, spin 180 degrees, set it back down, you should be good. This will either fire on number 1 or number 6 cylinder. So we do know that according to this stuff, we're good here. Now furthermore, got our trusty camera here. We're going to see where number 1's at. See if it's all the way up. We'll go inside here, check it out. Yep, there it is. There's the top of the piston right there. Boom. Boom, top of the piston. Looks good in there. Looks like a little bit of carbon, but not sure how well you're picking this up with the camera, but that is the top of the piston. So we are top dead center. So we're going to continue to take this hot mop balancer off, pull off that timing chain cover, and see where they're at. And if they're off, then we got something, a problem, something else, somewhere else. Where did I put my 3/4 at? I just had it. Now I got tools just walking away. Right here in front of my face. All right, let's go ahead and get this off. Get out there. Yikes. Yep, didn't want that to happen. I guess I can get my, better get the, put you back where you were. Right there. Grab a 3/4. And I can't find my 3/4. There we go. Is that it? Nope, all these tools and you can never find the one you're looking for. There it is. the ratchet over here. I'm gonna take it over there. Yep, over here. I should have grabbed a short, but yeah, much easier. Much easier. Come on. Almost there. Yeah, she's almost out. Almost there. There it is. And those are 7/16ths. Lose these. That's that side. Now we do have two 1/2-inch bolts right here that pinch up the power or the oil pan to the bottom of the seal on the timesheet cover, so we're going to loosen them up. Just loosen them up. Hopefully get in there just enough. Got a feel for it. There they are. That should be good on that side. Where you at? There you are. Right, loosen it enough. Almost. Yeah, these 350s, these small block Chevys are so easy to work on. So easy to diagnose, especially if there's a carbureted version. Yeah, I mean, even if you injected versions. Not near as complicated as the LS1s or the LT1s nowadays. All right, moment of truth. What we got? All right, you see the top mark right here? It's supposed to be down here. So the timing is off. They did try to degree this. The problem with that is I have no idea where it's set at, what it's supposed to, where they degreed it at. So we're gonna, well, we got the timing chain out, top dead center. I set everything back where it's supposed to be on the distributor, and it still wouldn't fire, wouldn't bark off, but I did run into this. Let me bring in here and show you this. Now this is the lower timing gear that goes on the crank. Now this is a new chain. Here's the sprocket. Hardly any wear and tear on this. And what I'm noticing here is this chain goes on like this. And I don't know if you can tell, but when I turn around, none of the teeth are lining up with this chain. Now, obviously it's not a stretch chain or it would go on. This is awful tight. I don't know what this means. I've never ran into this before. I don't know if this sprocket is actually married to the cam sprocket or not, but we're gonna go ahead and change this timing chain out with a married set. Yeah, I haven't seen this. I mean, has any of you guys ever seen where a chain would go on like so, fit in the grooves like you see, but when you hold it tight and you try to put it around, you see that gap right there? Right in here, guys, right here? They're just not lining up. They're not lining up, not lining up. I'm not sure if that is what our timing issue is. It's a possibility. I just know this isn't right. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up another timing chain. I have a timing chain, and I'm going to need a camshaft, which a camshaft is coming. I've never ran into this before, guys. I've never had a situation like this to where putting in a timing set. This is a brand new engine, a brand new rebuilt engine. Again, if this offends anybody, I apologize. But if you're a shade tree mechanic at home, you're trying to wing stuff and trying to slap stuff together, pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure you're not, if you put a new timing chain in and you're having a hard time getting the bottom gear off, don't leave the original gear on, just put a new chain around it. They gotta be married to each other. I don't know where this came from. And I also can see a bunch of beat marks on it where someone just took an awl or something and just started beating the snot out of it trying to get it on the crank. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick up a new timing chain, a new married timing chain set. And we got a cam coming. Like I said before, this engine's too clean, too fresh to have an issue, but they said they got this thing running when it first was rebuilt, and they have had issues with it ever since. And I'm really starting to think this is our backfiring issue, this is our ignition issue, this is just our problem altogether. This is not the proper sprocket for this chain. Obviously, like I said, if it's nice and neat, a quarter of it, but as soon as you try to spin that around, it is nowhere near biting. How they got this on the engine is beyond me. That might be the indication of all the beat marks that they had on it. But like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, have somebody do it, pay the extra money to do it, read a book, watch a video. But we're going to go ahead and order up some parts. Again, I apologize for this video being all over the place with this car, but once my mind gets going, I have a hard time filming. But if you like this kind of content, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man, hit the notification button so you know when I post a video. But as soon as I get these parts in, we're gonna go ahead and get this engine back together and we're gonna get this thing fired up. We're gonna do some burnouts here in the front yard, guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.